is talking about.
What's up, family? A Boston woman won a city council position by the slightest of margins possible. One vote separated her and her opponent. Alexandria St. Gian initially conceded to Julia Mejia for the city council seat. But when she learned that there was only 8 votes separating her and her opponent, she called for a recount. After counting 66,000 votes by hand, it was determined that Julia Mejia was the winner by 1 vote. That's for all the people out there who say, my vote don't count. I understand your frustration. Trust me, I do. There are a lot of do-nothing politicians out there for a long time. Nothing has been being done. But the problem that I have with a lot of people is that people will go vote one time. They get all excited one time for a candidate. Candidate gets in, don't do what they want him to do, and bam, man, I ain't voting no more, that's it. Let me share a story with you. I got a friend who is well off. He travels the world, he calls his own shots, he's the boss. When I was running for city council, he called me and said, man, I ain't never voted. I just feel like these people gonna do whatever they wanna do, so I just make adjustments. But when I saw you running for city council, I said, we are for the people. And if he's involved in it, it's gotta be something to it. So I explained to him that whether you are directly involved in the political process or not, you are engaged in the political process. You're in it. Whether you're a pawn or a player, but you're in it. Now, these people are not going to do anything that they want to do. They are going to do what is required of them to do, what is expected of them to do by the constituents who hold them accountable and the donors who invest in their campaigns, those donors who believe that their views align with theirs. These are the people who hold them accountable. If you don't hold them accountable, then you get nothing in the end. But there are certain people who hold them accountable. The reason why Donald Trump would not denounce the Ku Klux Klan, those white supremacists, when that stuff went down in Charlottesville, Virginia, is because they helped him get in office and they wanted a return on their investment and they held his feet to the fire and he had no choice but to play the game like they wanted him to play because they invested in him. So voting alone does not guarantee that you are going to get what you want out of a candidate. Voting is just part of the process. You get what you want out of a candidate by investing your time, your vote, and money. Yes, I said money because those signs are not going to print themselves. Those graphics are not going to design themselves. Those commercials are not going to produce themselves. Those mailers are not going to mail themselves. That campaign consultant and manager is not going to pay themselves. That street team is not free. It costs money to get your candidate out in front of the people so that more people can vote for your candidate, so that they can get in there and do the job that you need them to do. This is how it goes. You scratch the candidate's back, the candidate scratches your back. Now, anybody thinking that it's other way, I mean, that's cool to think that way, that it should be that way in a perfect world, but that ain't the world we live in. Well, why should I have to pay any money? Man, my vote should be enough. I pay my taxes. My taxes pay for them to represent me. That should be enough. It's not the real world. You can think that way, but that is not the real world. These politicians love their jobs. But if you're not going to hold them accountable, imagine yourself going to work, and you can go to work whenever you can get up and walk through the door, whenever you feel like it. You ain't got to clock in. You can take 10-hour break. Hell, you ain't got to show up at work at all and still get paid. You don't even have to do the work, and you're still going to get paid. Why would you do the work? It don't even make sense. Why would these politicians do the work if you're not going to hold them accountable? You have more power than you think you have, but if you don't exercise the power you don't have any power. It's like somebody saying, well, we're going to hold our votes. Somebody tried to tell me holding their vote is like me holding my music, not giving my music away for free. If I have music that I feel like somebody wants to buy, I would be a fool not to sell that music to them. I would be a fool to just sit on the music and say, I'm an artist and, I'm just going to hold on to my music. But nobody ever hears my music. I'm a voter, but I ain't going to vote. I'm just going to hold my vote. Your vote is useless if you're not exercising your right to vote. It's useless. Now, I will tell you this. On a local scale, your vote is going to be a lot more valuable, and things move a lot faster on the local side of things than it does on the national side of things. So it is very, very important to be involved in local politics. Very important. Hell, you'd be surprised, but you might be able to run yourself on a local level and get in. Yeah, it is very possible. So all I'm saying is that whether you are directly involved or not, these politicians are going to decide your quality of life. Now, you can have a say-so in it, or you can sit back and wait on them to give you instructions and adjust. Now, which one you want to do? No more talk.
What them haters talking about?